Hi guys, my name is Kowal and I am a Krav Maga black belt and self-defense expert. And I'm gonna go over some very common self-defense myths that make me very, very angry because they will not save lives. I'm gonna tell you what will. Myth number 1, scream fire instead of rape. It's called the bystander effect. Unfortunately, we live in a society where a lot of times people say, someone else can handle that. Let someone else do something about it. The problem isn't only what you scream, it's that in an environment where you are under high stress and adrenaline's pumping through your system, you're gonna remember what you're supposed to scream. It's highly unlikely. You would just scream. Now, if you can remember, the best thing that you can do is actually to scream, let go of me, get off me, stop fighting me. Because if someone hears someone just screaming, they might not do anything about it. But if they hear someone scream, get off me, stop fighting, they might be more likely to pick up the phone and dial 911. Myth number 2, don't make eye contact with a potential attacker. Well, guess what? This sends the message to a potential attacker that you're not very confident and you're not willing to stand up for yourself. Absolutely make eye contact with a potential attacker. Let them know that you are aware that they're there. Make them know that you are willing to stand up for yourself. That doesn't mean that you're going to walk around mad dogging people, especially if you're a guy, you're at a bar or a nightclub, people have been drinking. That's not at all the case. But if you're walking somewhere, there's a potential threat to you, do not be afraid to make eye contact. Myth number 3. Women shouldn't have their hair in a ponytail. Guess what? It doesn't matter if your hair is in a ponytail or not. It's fairly easy to grab if you've got long hair. So should all women shave their heads? Absolutely not. Because even if your hair is not in a ponytail, if you don't know how to fight back, it won't make a difference. If you know how to fight back, it doesn't matter if your hair is in a ponytail, in a braid, if it's short, long, colored. You can have the new fashionable haircut and still be able to kick ass. Self-defense myth number 4. You should slap your opponent across the ears. Ha! Just like that. Which, by the way, you can burst an eardrum. A lot of fighters, boxers, Thai boxers, MMA fighters have had the eardrums burst. The problem is, if you don't know how to throw a punch, you don't know how to throw a punch. Learn how to throw a punch, and if it happens, it happens. But instead of going for a slap across the ear, why not just punch the person straight in the face, on the nose, eyes, mouth, where you know it's going to have a lot of effect and you can do some serious damage. Self-defense myth number 5. You should always carry a knife or mace in your purse.
I actually can't find it.
Well, the problem is, do you have time to get inside of your purse and find that knife or find that mace? Considering that 80% of all attacks on women happen in the home, do you carry your purse around in your home? Most likely not. Plus, are you going to tell the attacker, hang on one second, let me just find that. You don't have time. Know how to fight. If you have time to get to your purse, great, it's a bonus. But if you don't, your hands are weapons. Your elbows, your knees, your head, your feet, your shin bones are weapons. Self-defense myth number 6. Kick them in the shin or stomp them on the foot. Why? If someone is trained, they won't feel any pain anyways. You can condition your shins. Problem is, if you wear sneakers, if stomping someone on the foot isn't going to have an effect. Why not go for truly vulnerable areas? Eyes, nose, mouth, groin. Those are the things you want to look for. Learn how to strike viciously, fast, hard to those areas, and you'll stand a much better chance in the streets. Self-defense myth number 7. Throw your valuables in one direction and then run in the opposite direction. If someone wants to have your car keys and wallet, that's great. That might work. But if it's a sexual predator, that won't make a difference. It also takes into account that you need to be a faster runner than your attacker, which might not be the case. So if you're not Usain Bolt, and if you're not a mind reader, knowing what that attacker potentially wants from you, it won't make a difference. Learn how to defend yourself. Self-defense myth number 8. Carry the cell phone with your left hand if you're right-handed. Or another variation of that is don't walk around with your hands in your pockets. Of course, if you see an attack coming, or if you're in a situation where you're not sure if you're going to be in a physical confrontation, take your hands out of your pockets. But in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to throw a strike, if you don't know how to fight, it won't make a difference, because every single strike has to have the intentions of doing as much damage as possible. Self-defense myth number 9. Just play along. That's the dumbest myth I've ever heard in my life. Pretend that you're enjoying it. Here's the problem. A sexual attack, there's nothing sexual about it. That means your only way of getting out of that situation is to fight back. You can't speak yourself out of that conversation. You definitely can't act yourself out of that situation. The only thing you can do is fight yourself out of that situation. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. And if you want to learn more about self-defense, click the link below.